Right, well, good evening, folks. Welcome to my first ever attempt at doing a YouTube video. The two reasons I'm deciding to have a go at this are: one, I closed my business down early this year as a result of the knock-on effects from COVID. So I've got extra time on my hands while I look into doing some other things. And the second reason is that I've been playing Eve on and off since before COVID, just before COVID, or just as COVID started. And over that time I've seen a lot of new people come and go, and they're always asking the same questions all the time, over and over again. And it's probably due to the fact that Eve Online has a really steep learning curve. It's not a very simple and quick game to get into. And so you get a lot of rookies coming through the tutorial and they still don't know what to do. Now, I've not played the tutorial, or the new player experience as it's called, and so I thought I'd try it out and see what it's like, but also I might do a series of playthroughs of the tutorial, providing additional information that hopefully, if you step through all the videos with me, you'll end up with enough information to actually play the game somewhat, because the tutorial really can't cover everything that you need to know. So this is kind of a learning experience for me, a new experience for me, but hopefully also there'll be some learning for you guys as well. So unfortunately I don't expect this to be the best YouTube video you'll ever have seen, because I only loaded OBS last week and set up the YouTube channel the day before yesterday, so this is all new to me, but hopefully it'll be beneficial for both of us, and maybe you'll come back for more. So the first thing we've just done is create a new character, and we are now at the first stage of choosing an empire. So there are 4 empires in Eve. Amar are like religious slavers, Galente are like libertarian democracy, Caldari are like corporate capitalists, and the Minmatar are kind of like, they're the sort of slaves that have freed themselves from the Amarians. So those are basically the 4 choices. You know, they all have different types of ship that they specialise in, and they all have different regions of space. Now, it doesn't really matter because you can train into any ship that you want in the game. So it doesn't really, just, if I was you guys, I'd just pick something that you want to play, that you like the look of. I'm going to go Caldari because I've never played Caldari, but I do know their ships are mainly shield and missile and I just find that a rather enjoyable play style. So I am going to go with these guys. So we're just going to select these and carry on. This is a selection of some of the ships you see. I'll let you see a few of the others if you like. There they are. I think they've got some cool looking ships. These are Galente. These are mainly, so I should say MR focus mainly on energy weapons, so lasers and armour. Tank. Galente are mainly drones, hybrid turrets and armour. Caldari are mainly shields and missiles with some hybrid turrets. And then Minmatar, again, I've never played a Minmatar. These guys are, I think, auto cannon and shields. I think these are more flexible than a lot of the others. So there you go, those are some of the ships, but I'm going to go with Caldari. So let's just select these, and I don't really, this doesn't really make any difference to what you happens with you guys. So I think this is just more for role-playing purposes. Oh, sorry, we've had a problem. Just bear me a second. Oh, what's going on here now? Right, sorry about that, guys. So much for, you know, my first ever stream. My second screen disconnected, so that'll be kept in the video anyway, because I do not know how to do any post recording editing yet. So it is what it is. Okay, it doesn't really matter what we pick on one of these, so I'm just gonna go for this guy, clip this, and I mean, quite happy. Maybe I'll just change his clothing if I can. Let's get something. Yeah, that'll do. What's this now? Don't really think this will matter. No. And let's just change his boots if I can. Oops. Yeah, there we go. Looks like one of those evil guys out of Star Wars. Right, that's fantastic. That's all I'm going to do with the character creation, because I'm sure you guys don't want to sit here watching me do character creation. It's pretty good. You got pretty you can move, like change, whoops, as you can see you can change everything. You can take his clothes off and see what you're doing, but that's made his shoulders a lot broader. That's fine, I don't care. So let's crack on. Again, you get to choose a school. You've got the Combat Pilot Centre, produces the finest combat pilots. The Academy of Exploration, Science and Trade, The Science and Trade Institute is known for its pioneering research in the field of celestial exploration. And the Department of Industry, the School of Applied Knowledge. The School of Applied Knowledge is renowned for its business school, equipping future industrialists with the expertise needed to excel. This may or may not give you a slightly different distribution of starting skills, but it might also not. But just in case, I'm going to go with the State of War, because having some combat skills in EVE is pretty useful no matter what ship you're going to be flying. And then we need to pick a name. 1 to 3 words, 3 to 37 characters. Can have a space. Fine, so let's go with a name. Let's go with perfect, Diabolus Rex. There we go. It's obviously a play on words from the Latin Diabolus, R-E-X, King of the Demons. Oh no, I don't want to do that. What am I on about? Right, that's it. We'll go with that. Perfect. Didn't expect to get the name correct on the first go, but that's pretty lucky.
New Eden, a universe brimming with possibility and rife with adventure. Only the most intrepid capsuleers can conquer its many wonders. Do you have what it takes to become one with the machine? To explore the far reaches of space, carving out a name for yourself among the stars. To become a titan of industry, amassing wealth, power, and prestige as you rise above your rivals. Or to prove your worth in combat, cementing new alliances and vanquishing your foes on your path to glory. For the rare few, immortality awaits. With AIR's Capsuleer training program, you become the architect of your own destiny.
Greetings, Captain. I am Aura, your AI companion. I am here to help you find your way through New Eden. Welcome to the first day of your new life as a Capsuleer. I am now transferring your pod into a ship, provided by AIR as part of your Captain, an unidentified communicator. Vectoring escape route. Evacuation sequence initiated. Station hull integrity compromised.
Captain, this cloning facility was attacked before your capsule could be inserted into a ship. I initiated our evacuation sequence before we reached the hangar to avoid certain death. No need to thank me.
Okay, so I believe this first new player experience is quite on rails, and there's lots of sort of voiceover in it and stuff like that, so I probably won't be interjecting with as many comments today as I will be when we get into the second sort of tutorial, which is career missions. But I'm gonna be, this is kind of like running like a playthrough. It's not scripted. You know, and it's sort of a bit like a live stream, except I've no idea how to live stream. So that's kind of what we're doing today. So you just you can left mouse button, hold that to move the camera around. With your mouse center mouse wheel is scroll in and out. You know, considering this game is 20 years old, the graphics are pretty fantastic, and the sound design is very good as well. And if you want to know why I'm playing in the dark, well, it's dark in space, and it's just, I feel, more atmospheric, and you guys don't really want to see me anyway. It's more about the gameplay. So having said all that, let's get on with it.
This baptism by fire is certainly not what Air had planned for your first day in a pod. Rest assured, I am here to help.
Yep, certainly isn't the best experience on a first day.
I'm unable to identify our attackers, but they are not currently targeting our capsule. This gives us time to locate a ship.
So this is a capsule or pod. You're inside that. The only time you ever exit that is when you're dead. This usually goes inside a ship. If the ship gets destroyed, you're still in your pod. You can fly to a station and board another ship. If someone targets your pod and destroys your pod, then you're dead. Then basically your consciousness is uploaded into a new clone. So there is no permadeath for you, but there is perma loss of ships. So the first rule of Eve, if it was Fight Club, is never fly a ship you can't afford to lose. So at least be able to afford another one of whatever ship you're flying, because that is basically the core of Eve. Ships are ammunition. You're not going to be able to keep them forever. They're going to get blown up, and then you start again in another ship. So don't go out and do what a lot of new rookies do. They spend all the money on the biggest ship they can, and then they go out and they get blown up, and then they're in chat going, I've just been blown up, I don't know what to do. And you say, well, go and get another ship, and they say, I haven't got any money. And like, well, what do you mean? I spent it all on this new ship. Well, that's a bad idea. Don't do that. Don't rush to get the biggest, most expensive ship you can, because invariably all you end up doing is getting killed. So right, let's crack on, having given you that warning.
Your pod may be able to fly through space, but like all capsules, it is unarmed. A proper ship comes with proper weaponry. We must scan the debris for a space-worthy vessel. Now, let's get a better look at our surroundings.
So there you go, hold the mouse button. Shortcut control and shift A. I've never used those in my life.
Ah, there is a ship still capable of flight. An Astero, no less. A fine ship indeed.
Let's click on that.
I have highlighted the navigation section of your display.
This is up here.
Use it to approach the ship.
Let's click on that.
Board the Astero now.
So this is an Astero. It's a very expensive and very good.
Our shields took significant damage in the attack.
Exploration ship. It's not a rookie ship. It's about 120 odd million just to buy the hull. So you won't be starting in a ship as good as this. As you can see here, just to give you a quick overview, ships have 3 layers to them: shield, armour and hull. Shield and hull are effectively your 2 types of tank. You can tank hull, but that's more specialised. Your shield auto generates all the time. Armour doesn't auto regenerate. You have to have special modules fitted to your ship to make it repair during battles. And hull is the same. Again, there's a special module you can fit to make it repair. But very few people ever use hull tanking. So you either shield tank or you armour tank. You don't really do both because it's not efficient. You do see rookies doing both on ships. So my advice is choose one or the other, and you'll usually know what to do because most ships come with a bonus for one or the other. So just bear that in mind. Once all those 3 are down to nothing, you lose your ship. It explodes. That's when you end up in your pod. So just be careful. This middle bit is known as your capacitor. That's effectively your energy core, energy battery. You have certain modules that drain your battery, so you have to manage them. If you run out of battery, those things can't be used, so your weapons might stop firing, your shields might stop repairing, etc, etc. So again, but we'll cover that in more detail. I just thought I'd let you know what it is. And this is how you can set your speed for your ship, speed it up, slow it down. Okay, so there you go, that's an overview of what that is. Oh, this, by the way, is your safety. As an alpha or as a new player in high sec, that's going to be set to green. It means you can't do anything accidentally to get yourself blown up, because there is the police in high sec, and if you do certain things they will come and just destroy you. So that's why that's set to green. That's what that is. If you set it to yellow, then that means you can do things that will get you blown up. So be careful if you're ever changing that. Okay, let's
the armor
advance.
is also in need of repair.
Yeah, we've discussed
I
armor.
believe the appropriate idiom for this situation is, we're screwed. Fortunately, the cavalry has arrived. Ships bearing air transponders are approaching our location.
This is Balin Ferris, commander of air security. All ships evacuating this cloning facility are advised to rendezvous at emergency coordinates.
Several thousand civilians appear to have survived the attack. Let us make haste and join the fleet Commander Ferris is organizing. Your overview will display the ships in your vicinity.
So this is your overview. It is one of the most important bits of your head-up display in the game. It provides you all sorts of information. So that's a friendly ship. If it's a red one, it's a hostile ship. Tells you how far away it is from you, who the pilot is, what type of ship it is, how big it is, the velocity and the angular velocity. And then you've got various other tabs. Warp 2, mining. If you're doing mining, that'll show you the asteroids and all sorts of things like that. So this should always be visible unless you're deciding to take a space selfie, and then basically control F9 I think it is, yeah, gets rid of you if you want to see the full thing. So there you go. That's what have I done here now? Oops, what's going on here? There we go, so I don't know what happened there. Right, let's carry on before I break it again. Select Balin's ship. Is he out of the Hobbit? Approach. There are much easier ways to navigate when you get out of the tutorial than using
Captain,
this.
your vessel looks like it's seen better days. I'll repair you once you're in range.
Commander Ferris, were you able to determine the identity of our attackers?
Negative, Aura. Their transponders were cloaked and their hulls lacked any identifying information.
So as
I
you can,
wager this was an act of corporate espionage turned violent. There are a lot of people in New Eden who want to get their hands on Air's technology, whatever the cost.
so those things, as you can see, were affecting your
Thanks
ship.
to Commander Ferris's repairs, our ship is almost as good as new. At his command, we will proceed to the emergency coordinates.
You see things on there that are being targeted against your ship. So those were good because they were repairing your armor and shield. They're called Logi functions. There's ships that specialise in doing that. That's more for specialists like the PvP side of things, the big fleets, the big battles that you hear of.
All ships enter warp formation.
Warp drive active.
We've now arrived at Air's designated emergency evacuation zone. We'll be safe here while we regroup.
A spot well chosen. This location's cosmic abnormalities will mask our warp signatures from detection. But our appreciation of New Eden's natural wonders will have to wait.
So that's a battleship. It's made by the same faction in the game that make this. These are transport ships used by industrialists and players to ship cargo, even other ships across the game. So the game's got a full player economy. Nearly everything in the game is built by players, from the ammunition that you fire up to the ships that you fly. Okay, let's go.
Captain, I could use your help. My sensors are picking up a strange signal nearby, but my forces are stretched thin defending the civilian fleet.
Okay, let's click on it and approach. Let's see if we get a good look at the size of our ship compared to these. So we're in a frigate. The next level of ship up from this is a destroyer. So look at the size difference. After a destroyer it's a cruiser, then after a cruiser it's a battle cruiser, then after a battle cruiser it's a battleship, which is one of these. See if we can fly past one, see how big they are. Probably not, we've missed it.
Initiating scan of unidentified
Oh, here's
signal.
one. We'll get close. We'll get
Captain,
close.
Hostiles inbound.
Well, as you can see, the size difference is massive
We
anyway.
have to defend those unarmed civilian transports. All ships equipped for combat, form up around me.
So what I was going to say is battleships are the biggest ship that an alpha can play. And there's two types of account. There's the alpha, which is the free account, and the omega, which is the original version of the game, is the subscription full account, although you can earn enough in-game money to buy a full account, but it's not going to be something you can do quickly. Right, let's do what they want. This is your orbit. Let's lock on him and click orbit.
My sensors indicate that these are the same ships that attacked the cloning facility.
Several frigates are breaking away from the pack. They're targeting those civilian ships.
This will be your first combat experience as a capsuleer. Time to show these hostiles what you're truly made of.
So as I said before, see the hostile ship show up as red. So select the enemy. Okay. Now you can do it on the screen, or you can just hold the control and left click on the overview, and then we can orbit.
We're too far away, Captain. Thankfully, our ship is equipped with a module that will boost our speed.
Yeah, sorry.
Activate the afterburner module highlighted on your display. My database.
There we go.
Target
Now,
lock confirmed.
See
Time
these
to hit them where it hurts.
these two guns are not grouped. What we should do is group them. We pretty much always want to group the guns. This, if you hover your mouse button over it, tells you about the guns. So the optimal range is where it will hit the most if you're within that range. Fall off range is how much on top of your optimal range you can still hit the ship, but your damage will be less, and after that you pretty much can't hit your ship. It tells you what sort of damage you do. So this is doing electromagnetic and thermal damage. 8 electromagnetic, 5 thermal damage, and it tells you the turret tracking. The higher that number, the more you can track a target and hit a faster, smaller target. So let's do what they want us to do, which is shoot this guy. So we'll just, now it says there you can press F1, but I'm pressing F1 and it doesn't work, so I'm thinking it's locked for the tutorial. Outside tutorial you can use the keyboard, but for now we'll just have to hit this with the mouse. Let's lock.
That's it, Captain. Let him have it.
Lock the camera on him so we can keep him in view.
Another hostile ship incoming. A cruiser this time. It's larger and better armed than those frigates. What an exhilarating way to test your combat abilities.
So again, oops, right there.
That cruiser is traveling fast. At its current speed, it will reach the civilian transports before we do. Use your stasis webifier to slow them down.
Right, so let's lock it first because that's what he wants us to do. So we can lock it on the screen by clicking that. And then we can set our orbit. Again, you'll see that it's set below our optimal, which is good. As we've got afterburner on, we'll orbit a little bit further than what says on there because our speed pushes us out. Obviously centrifugal force and all that stuff. So let's do that. And then the next thing it was telling us to do was to hit this, which is a webifier. What this does is as it says, it reduces the target ship's velocity by 35% within a 10 kilometer range. So at the moment it's not in range, so that wouldn't hit it, but as soon as that gets to 10 kilometers we'll be able to fire that Weber and then slow it down by 35%. Once it's slowed down by 35%, it means that more of our shots will connect.
Activate the webifier. They're trapped in our web, Captain.
And do more damage. now we can hit the guns. So you can see that this is him. He's got our Weber on him and our guns are shooting at him. As you can see, our shields are being healed by that guy there. That's shields acting on us to heal us. That's another battleship.
Good job, Captain.
As you can see, they're a lot bigger than cruisers.
Shit. 2 battleships breaking away from the enemy fleet. They're stopping the last civilian transport from warping away. Watch your 6, Captain. They're bigger and badder than anything you've fought before.
Captain, we can use electronic countermeasures, ECM, to break the battleship's lock on the civilian transport. Doing so means the battleship will be able to target only one thing. Us. There is no other way to save those civilians. They are not Capsuleers like you. Their deaths will be final. Yours will be a learning experience.
So we need to lock the enemy again. We can do it with the control left mouse button. And then we orbit it. It shows you how far away we are from it. That's our speed going up now because we've got a target. So what you can see at the moment is
deploy the ECM, the battleship will begin firing upon
they've
us.
got a web on
Remember,
that ship,
you
so
will
it
have a fresh clone waiting
can't
for you
get
once
away.
your current body is violently destroyed. Engage the ECM now.
what this does is it disrupts their locking mechanisms, their weapon locking mechanisms, which means it'll be able to get away. That's basically what this does.
That's it. The final group of civilians has escaped. You've done good, Captain.
So there you can see our ECM working on that target there.
We're taking heavy fire, Commander Ferris.
So now you can see
Once
we're
our ship is
webbed,
destroyed, the pod will soon follow.
and that's a scramble.
According to my calculations, our destruction is 99.99%
So that's slowing us
certain.
down. That's stopping us from warping away.
Damn it. These bastards have me pinned down. I won't be able to reach you in time.
You fought well today, Captain. This is a warrior's death.
As you can see, we've lost. We're about to lose. Yeah. There you go. Now we're a capsule. But they destroyed that as well.
For you, death is not an end. It is simply the beginning of a new adventure. As always, I will see you on the other side. Welcome back to the world of the living, Captain. I hope your death was not too uncomfortable. Your neural data has been transferred to a fresh clone body. But before you stretch your new legs, someone very important would like to meet you.
So there you go. That's what happens when you die. Once you've been podded, you wake up back in the home station that you've set for yourself.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Vesper Calatrix, Air's Vice President of Operations. Commander Ferris spoke highly of your courage under fire. You went out with quite the bang. But from what he tells me, you deserve more than just our thanks.
Vesper Calatrix, eh? That's a name straight out of James Bond, isn't it? You know, my word.
In fact, we have some credits waiting for you. The attack on the cloning facility interrupted your integration into Air's career program. We've re-established your connection to the program, and you've already earned a reward.
That's nice.
You can access the Air Career program via your Neocom.
Yeah, so this is your Neocom. This is always there. It's always got all these little menu icons, easy quick access. You can actually add more icons. The full Neocom is up in this top thing here. So all the stuff that I've been explaining, by the way, the game doesn't explain, or doesn't explain well, so that's why I'm going over it for you. So if we click that, one thing I am going to quickly add is this. So I'm going to show you how to add something else to your Neocom. I'm going to add this ship icon, which as all you have to do is drag and drop. Everything in this game works from drag and drop. So now that's fixed to our Neocom, we can just click on it and we get access to the menu, the sub menus in there. Right, it wants us to have a look at the air program.
Welcome to the program, where capsuleers can forge their own path through New Eden while earning rewards for their progress. Taking part in your first combat and experiencing your first ship loss have already earned you some interstellar credits, aka ISK. You can claim it now.
Smashing. So all this didn't exist when I started playing Eve, which was about, I'd say, 3.5 years ago. This has all been new. It's to help you guys or new players figure out a pathway of learning in Eve. So these things come with all sorts of different challenges and different things to do, and as you achieve them you'll get rewards. So this is in-game money, and you also get progress to more skill points. Skill points are the effective gatekeeper of content in the game. They dictate what you can do, what ships you can fly, etc. And skill points train in real time. So even when you're not online, you're training skill points. So let's just claim all these.
The rewards you just claimed are available to redeem.
So
Exit the program to proceed.
they go into this little, anything you want to redeem always goes into this little box here for redeem items. Now you should regularly check that, because some items don't have an expiry date but some items do, and I lost a lot of ships that I got as rewards and then didn't claim them because I didn't realise that. So always check that and always claim any expiring items. So let's just get rid of that.
View your redeem items to see your newly awarded ISK. From here, you can redeem your ISK directly into your wallet.
Right, let's redeem to current station. Yep.
As your last ship was destroyed in a blaze of glory, Air would like to provide you with a new one.
Okay.
I will enable your station services panel so that you may board the ship provided to you by Air. Try not to blow this one up so quickly, but if you do, you can acquire a new Corvette at any station.
So now this is a question that rookies ask all the time. I've just been blown up in space, what do I do? Right, and so they're sitting in space in their pod and they don't know what to do. So if you're ever in space in your pod, you fly back here and you press board my Corvette and you always get a free ship. It's absolute rubbish, but at least you can start again from nothing if you've got nothing. Now, funny enough, I was on tonight on my main characters that Omega, and in rookie chat tonight a guy did say, hey everyone, I've been exploded, I'm stuck in the middle of space, what do I do? You know, why haven't they covered this in the tutorial? Well, obviously they do cover it in the tutorial, it's here, but I guess he didn't see it or he didn't realise what it was. and obviously a lot of rookies don't pick it up. So you ever explode into space, just dock at a space station, click this, and you'll get a free ship.
Your
there you
next
go.
adventure will hopefully prove less explosive. We have a lead on the attack on the cloning facility, and we want you to follow up on it.
So let's just carry on.
We've debriefed the civilians you saved, and have learned that moments before the attack, they lost contact with one of our research facilities. That facility is in orbit around this solar system's sun. What do you say? Up for a little reconnaissance?
Yeah, let's do it.
Certainly, Miss Calatrix. I am sure we are just as curious as you about what happened.
I mean, it looks cool. Until you put it against other ships and then you realise that it's like a Fiat 500 against a Ferrari.
Excellent. It could just be solar radiation blocking their comms, but I wouldn't bet on it. Fly out to the sun, investigate, and report back on whatever is going on.
You may undock and begin your journey whenever you are ready, Captain. You can navigate a solar system by warping to celestial objects and other locations using your overview.
Yeah.
Select the sun in your overview and then warp to it.
So as I said, the overview is one of the most important things on your head-up display. So, and this is the reason why you get to do all sorts from it. So if we left click on that now, and then if we right click on it, no, we don't get to do it because it's in the tutorial. That's fine, so we just click the warp to button.
Warp drive active.
So here we are entering warp, and that almost looks straight out of Star Wars.
Luminosity
Not Star Wars.
considerably above retina destroying levels.
Star Trek.
Polarizing filters compensating.
So now that's about as close as you can get. Oh, to the sun. What's this here? Incidentally, I believe this is the brand new tutorial. It's only released today.
It seems safe to conclude that the problem was not just blocked comms.
So not many rookies will have even played this tutorial yet. See this here? This is the icon for a wreck. The fact that it's so the little three little arrows is a wreck. When it's got that box in the middle of it, it means it's a lootable wreck. If it's not got the box in the middle, then it's not lootable.
Abnormal gravitational waves are emanating from the wreckage. Their source must have been exceptionally powerful for them to be so prominent despite the sun's own gravitational field.
I'm gonna see if we can loot them. Let's see if we can loot them. Cargo is too far away. There we go, let's try it now. I don't know if this is allowed, but we'll have a go. Let's just see what's inside it. I might be jumping ahead of the tutorial here because it might be about to tell us how to loot a wreck, but well, I'll just do this one, see if it's possible, and then we'll see what the tutorial says. See, 2,500 you can loot, and that's loot there. So we got a civilian miner.
Module has been placed inside your item hanger. You can access it again in the future by reopening your inventory.
So this
For
is
now, close your inventory window to proceed.
this is our inventory. It's this box here, you can access it anytime. This is actually our ship's cargo hold. So when you loot something in space, it goes into your ship's cargo hold. A drone bay is basically if your ship can carry drones, they're put in here, and then you can release them to do various things for you, like fight, salvage, mine, etc. So we'll close that. She wants us to close that.
You can return to the station whenever you are ready, Captain.
Yeah, well, I think I want to loot the additional wrecks. Let's go and see if we get more free stuff, because I want free stuff. See what we get in this wreck. So I don't know if we jumped a bit of the tutorial there, but I'm assuming they brought us here to a place where there's wrecks for a reason, to teach you how to loot stuff. Yeah, this is cool. Lock on. Approach. Sorry, approach. Open cargo. You have to make sure that the circles there are going round the target that you want, because you've got all these locked. So sometimes you can think you're approaching this one, but the circles are on that one, so you're actually going to a different one. Okay, they're all the same. And they're not actually worth anything. These are those big ships we saw, by the way, earlier, so you can see how big they are in comparison to our ships. It's pretty cool. Right, let's dock. So they're not actually worth anything, but oh well. At least I showed you how to loot stuff. That's a station. A circle is a station. That's a gateway, a jump, stargate, jump gate, whatever you call it, to go to the next system. Stations can be either NPCs like this one, or player stations. There's different icons depending on what type of station it is.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Welcome back. So, what did you discover?
I'm afraid the research site has suffered the same fate as the cloning facility. This time, however, the wreckage was surrounded by abnormal gravitational waves.
So just while we're here, if you open the inventory, you'll see this is inventory in our ship. Now if you right click on these, oh, you can't do it. Okay, never mind. I was going to teach you how to. So if you press shift and click on the first one, then the end one, they'll all highlight. Then you can just drag them into your item hanger. Your item hanger is the station hanger, so now they've left your ship and gone into the station. Let's get rid of it.
That's not something you need to concern yourself with.
There you can see the size of our ship compared to the space station.
Ms. Calatrix, you did ask us to report whatever was going on. It would be remiss of me if I did not note that these readings were quite unusual.
Yes, well, you've reported it, and I have told you that it is not pertinent to this investigation. Did you find anything else?
This, by the way, are all the different services you can get in the space station. One of the most important ones you'll have is this. That's repair your ship. If your ship's damaged when you come back in, you can repair it. Now if you've got the option, usually repair in a player station. Players don't usually charge for other players to repair the ships. There is a charge if you do it in a NPC player station.
There were a number of wrecked air vessels at the site. We recovered this mining module from one of them.
A mining module? That cannot be a coincidence. We've just been contacted by one of our agents stationed at a nearby mining site. They've picked up a strange signal, but have been unable to locate its source. We need to find out if there's any connection between this signal and the attacks. You'll need to investigate, but undercover this time. If there is a link, we can't let whoever is behind all this know that we're onto them. Fit the mining module you recovered to your ship. That way you'll look like just another member of the mining fleet.
Duly noted, Miss Calatrix. Captain, you can fit the module to your ship by accessing the fitting window from the Neocom. Let's fit your new module in a free slot.
Right, so this fitting window is one of the, in my opinion, most important windows. It's what allows you to put things on your ship and take them off, see all your different statistics, how they change as you put things on. Most importantly, when you use that, you can simulate a fit, so you can plan out what you want to put on your ship even if you haven't got access to the modules. When we get probably into the next sort of stage of the tutorial, I'll go over that in more detail. Most new players don't know anything about doing this, and all they invariably do is ask other people in rookie chat if they can provide fits for them, and the ones that do try and fit ships for themselves do it all wrong. They usually link it into chat when they've been blown up, and then you can go, oh, this is wrong, that's wrong, or they just get people to give them fits, which means they never learn how their ship works. They don't learn the modules, they don't even know if it's a good fit, and they don't even know if they can fly it properly, because when you're in the simulate you can also see what skills you should train and stuff like that, so it's a way of helping you train the right skills as well. But we'll go into that in more detail. So she wants us to hit our cargo inventory, and she wants us to put it in this. So these are what they call high slots, these are mid slots, and these are low slots. High slots are mainly for turrets and rocket launchers. That's a gun, that's a mining turret. Mid slots are usually for shields and propulsion systems, as well as that ECM stuff you saw before. And the bottom slots are mainly for armor tanking and sort of like enhancements to top slots. So damage enhancements, armor and enhancements to the top slots, shield tanking and propulsion and E-war are mainly what goes there. This is your ship's CPU, this is your ship's power grid. As you fit modules, this will increase because you can only fit certain limits, and building a ship is all about balancing this and this with the slots, what you want to achieve. Your offense, defense, navigation, drones if it can take drones, and this, which is that ship's battery that I told you about before. At the moment it says stable, it means that you're cap stable, you can run all your modules without running your battery to zero. If it's not capped stable, it'll show you how long it'll take before your module runs to zero. We'll cover that in a future video, so for now let's just do that.
Now, bring the module online.
So if you click on it, see that you can bring it online. Here you can see what I was telling you about before. The yellow box is saying that we've got a module. These are warning lights, warning notifications. Yellow is we've got this module is offline, bring it online. This orange book saying is you haven't got the right skills to use this module, therefore you can't use it. It's now also, this is why I said it's useful for teaching you what to train. You can plan out training by fitting these things. Say, this is the ship that I want to fly. These are all the skills I need to train. Right, let's start training these skills, and then I can fly this ship when those skills train up. So this is what it's offering us now. It's saying you can't bring this online because you haven't got the skills for it. Press this, buy the skill book, train it, and that's how long it's going to take, because training skills takes real time, 1 hour 7 minutes. But we'll do what she wants because I've jumped the tutorial again.
It appears you do not currently possess the skill necessary to use this module. Hardly surprising. You still have much to learn. Please direct your attention to the icon on the display that I have highlighted for you. You can add the missing skill to your training queue here. Now, access the skill window from the neocon.
So see this is your skills. All your skills are under here. So press that.
Skills are essential for all capsuleers in New Eden, as they serve as the primary measurement of one's growth. A more highly skilled pilot will be most formidable indeed.
So what you can see here, this is your training queue. You can see we've got that one skill that we've just put in, training. It's going to take 1 hour 7 minutes. Here we've got our training timeline for all the skills we've got queued up. At the moment we've just got that one. Yeah. This is unallocated skill points. So there is dailies in the game and other rewards and login rewards that will give you skill points. You can then sort of like circumnavigate the time by applying the skill points direct to skills, so it will reduce the training time. So I think that's what she's about to do. This system didn't exist when I started playing. It's been put in since then to help new players.
Training a new skill takes time, as the neural pathways of your brain are rewired. The complexity of this rewiring can be measured through skill points. You have enough unallocated skill points to train the required skill. Do so now.
So those are the unallocated skill points I was telling you about that you can get on a rewards basis. Without those, it will just train over time. You accrue skill points at so many per second. And alphas, the free account, gets skill points at half the rate of an Omega account. So you can see it says 2 times. For now we will do what she wants. We'll click the apply.
Now, all you have to do is confirm that you wish to use those skill points.
So it says we're going to use 971 skill points to finish this queue. So we're going to use almost 1,000 of those 11,000 we've got. So let's smash that.
The training required for your new module is complete.
Fantastic.
Your skill queue is now empty.
So now we can use that module.
I should point out that you can train skills while doing other things. It's a good strategy to always have something training. I guarantee other capsuleers will be doing just that. We wouldn't want you to fall behind your peers, would we?
So this is what I was saying. Skills training real time. So it's advisable always to have skills training in your skill queue. I mean, I've been playing the game on and off now for 3.5 years, as I said. But I've only actually got about 1 year's worth of skills trained into my character, because I don't play that often and I'm always forgetting to put enough skills in my skill queue. Probably obviously because life gets in the way and stuff, so I don't, but then I always come back and I see that I've not been training any skills for the last several months and I'm like, oh, what a waste of time. So my character is only about 1/3 of the way into the skill queue and obviously then the content that he could do if I'd been training all the time. So my advice is just maximize your skill queue. You can always put skills in and out anyway, so
To that end, I've sent the air skill plan to your AI.
Normally, you would have received it as part of your capsular training program starter package, but your training was violently disrupted, to say the least.
Let's just click on this then.
Miss Calatrix's advice is sound. You should always have a skill in training. Let's start with this new one, and may it be the first of many.
Okay, so let's have a look at what skills are in it. So it's given us, let's get out of the way, it's given us Repair Systems 1, which takes 17 minutes, and Repair Systems 2, which gives us 1 hour 18. Now all skills have 5 levels, and as it goes up in a level it gets longer and longer to train. When you get to level 5 they can take ages, like sometimes they can take a month, 2 months just for a level 5 skill. So yeah, skills, as I say, really do control what you can, how far you can get in the game. You can see by looking at it what it's doing. Operation of armor stroke hull repair module, 5% reduction in repair system duration per skill level. So for every skill level we get, that's a 5% reduction, 10% reduction. If we got level 3, 15% reduction. That means that we will get more armor repair per cycle because it's reducing the cycle. So it'll mean that we're more effective at armor repair. Now this is not a very good skill set for what I'm doing because I've chosen Caldari, and Caldari ships invariably do not use armor repair. Like I say, they're shields, so that's probably a bit of a oversight on CCP's part. I would have liked them to have given us shield skills instead of that, but at some point you'll probably want to use a repair system. It just doesn't help us out on this tutorial.
The more skills you acquire, the stronger you'll be. As you continue to grow as a capsuleer, you can adjust your skill acquisition to achieve your desired goals. Now, close the windows crowding your screen. It would be rather comical if you failed to see a threat hurtling right towards us because of an untidy display.
So basically, before we do that, I'll just quickly run over this as well. So as you can see, this, as I say, this didn't exist. These are the sort of like 4 different kind of pathways in the game that the kind of next set of tutorial takes us through after this initial tutorial. These have now been put together by CCP to like again help new players find a pathway through the game, because the game's 20 years old and obviously you're up against people that have been playing it for 20 years. Now this didn't exist 3 years ago. When I started playing, all you had was this. This gives you all the different skill types: armor, corporate management, drones, electric systems, etc. You know, navigation, resource. This is the one that shows you all the ships, all the different ships. You know, so this is what we had to use. This way allows you just to control your own skill queue, because you would just drag skills in as and when you wanted to train them. So once you get more familiar with skills, you might want to do this, or as you say, you build a ship that you want to fly, you use that to select the skills. But again, I'll cover that in a future tutorial. So yeah, as you can see, everything's got 5 levels. It goes up in time. The red one means that you need to buy the skill book. You haven't got that skill book yet, so you've got to buy it to learn it before you can access the skills. Yellow means that's a skill that is Omega only. So like that skill says you can train 2 levels as an alpha, but the other 3 levels are going to be locked behind Omega. So anywhere you see a gold or orange type thing, it's an Omega thing. But don't let that put you off. There is so much in the game you can do as an alpha, even though there are obviously lots of stuff that seems to be locked behind Omega. But don't worry about Omega for now. In fact, if you sign up for the next week, if you start playing in the next week, they're giving free 7 days Omega for everyone that plays, so you can at least play a little bit of Omega. So that's that. We don't need to see that.
Module online.
Let's do that. There we go.
Well done, Captain. You can now close the fitting window.
As you can see from there, it's a civilian mining laser. If you press information, it'll tell you what it does. Increases the yield on mining lasers, but causes them to use more CPU. Attributes, there you go. It increases CPU usage by 10%, but it increases mining amount by 3%. And this requirements, if you ever need to, this is where you can see what skills you need to use it. So if you ever click on it and it's like orange, you can see what you're missing. So that's that.
Looks like you're ready to go, Captain. We've sent the details of your assignment to your opportunities interface.
No, that's not. Got all these. Oh wait, where's the opportunities interface? Oh, you have not shown me yet. Okay.
You can access the opportunities interface via your neocom.
Okay. Again, never use this. Didn't exist when I started playing the game, so I don't use it. But okay. Ah. Right, well, this is something new. Even I, as I say, didn't exist when I started playing. I've never used it, so I can't really tell you much about it. Introduction, okay, epic arcs, special storylines. It's showing you all sorts of things that are available for you to do, and the number of activities, I guess. So that's useful.
Opportunities can help you discover key information about a variety of activities available to you. Select the highlighted entry for further details.
Okay.
We've uploaded the key information on your assignment here. Whenever you're ready to take the next step in our investigation, you can click here to begin.
How long has this been recording now? Well, we'll crack on.
Our agent will rendezvous with you at the mining site. Keep your eyes open and watch your six.
This is Miss Calatrix is right. Time is of the essence. I suspect something nefarious might be occurring at the air mining site. Undock from the station so we can begin our journey there.
So we'll undock. What you can see just popped up here is that the chat window. Rookie help.
Your info panel has been updated with the mining site's coordinates. Let us make haste and walk to the site immediately.
When you're doing a mission, this always is available here, telling you where to go and what to do. So we're just going to walk to the site by pressing that button. This rookie chat, this is all new players going here for 30 days, but anyone can opt in to help out rookies, so all rookies going there to ask questions. This is where I'm saying I see all the same questions over and over again. I've blown up, how do I get a ship? You know, how do I turn my guns on? How do I fit my ship? I can't find a mission. What do I do in the game? So that's what prompted me to try and run through this series and create some advanced
The
tutorials.
scale of Air's mining operation is rather impressive for such a young corporation. They must be remarkably well funded. It is little wonder that Miss Calatrix would suspect espionage. Further speculation will have to wait. We're being hailed by that orca.
You must be the fresh meat Vesper told me to expect. Elias Peltonen's a name, mining's a game. But you're not just here to mine, are you?
There he is there. That's a picture of an orca. An orca is a it's a goal for most miners. It's but they're expensive, like 2.5 billion just to buy the hull.
We're here to assist in any way we can with locating the source of the unusual signal you've intercepted.
Unusual's one way of putting it. Pain in my ass is another. The signal's bouncing around these asteroids like a Fetto hopped up on a bad booster. Can't get a lock on its source with all these rocks in the way.
We are outfitted with a mining laser upgrade that should help us clear those rocks away.
Good old Vesper, always 10 steps ahead. Now, let's put that bad boy to use.
So like I was saying before, you can skip to your mining tab.
Best way to blend in is by getting your hands dirty with the crew. Some miners fly solo, but a project this big isn't exactly a one-man show. Sometimes the only way to get shit done is with a fleet. I bet this is the first time you mined with a crew. No offense or anything, you've just got that shiny new pod smell on you. Follow my lead and you'll be mining like a pro in no time. Let's start with that asteroid over there.
See, so that's the picture of an asteroid, and the size of it. They come in different sizes. That's the image of an asteroid belt. You find all these always on your mining tab, and it tells you what type of ore it is as well. So let's just lock on with the control left mouse
If your
button,
competence matches your confidence, we are in good hands indeed, Mr. Peltonen.
and then we'll
Captain, let's approach the asteroid.
approach. We're not locked on because we were out of range. We've only got a lock on.
Please, call me Elias. Mr. Peltonen makes me feel like an old man. My old man, specifically. Miserable son of a bitch. Just about spat in my face when I left his crusty old Caldari corp to make my own way.
Sincerest apologies, Elias. Our first name basis shall commence immediately.
Good. I like to keep things informal here. Keeps morale up. This crew's full of people like me, following the siren song of sweet, sweet independence. Doesn't hurt that the money's good, too.
So let's just see what a lock on distance is. So I tried to lock onto that 70 kilometers away, and it says you're unable to target because you're unable. It doesn't give us a distance. It usually gives you a distance, so that must be a tutorial thing as well. Anyway, we should be able to lock onto this now. Okay, hold the control button down and just
Captain,
left click.
We're now within range of the asteroid.
So now
We
we've
should
locked
stop
on,
here.
you can see it there. And then if we press the stop ship button,
Now is the time to activate your miner module, Captain. The length of the module's activity, most commonly known as a mining cycle, will impact the amount of ore you collect. For now, I recommend allowing the module to run in full cycles to obtain the highest yield possible.
so you can see that it collects 1 meter cubed every 10 seconds, which is 0.1 meter cube a second. Again, we would usually be able to F2. Oh, but it's working this time. So, sorry, 1
There's
to
something
turn it on.
spectacular about a fresh asteroid, isn't there? Play your cards right and that giant hunk of rock becomes a giant pile of riches.
So, just press F2 once, turns
You
it
can
on.
view your very own pile of rocks, as Elias puts it, in your cargo hold. It's actually ore, not rocks. But I assume Elias is resorting to basic linguistic wordplay, a very human tendency.
If I pressed it again mid-cycle, it would turn itself off. So before I hit it twice. Now, before I was mentioning you grouping your weapons, but you can't group these because they're different. You can only group weapons that are the same weapons. So that's why you can't group those. Oh, it said have a look in our inventory.
It might not look like much, but that's not just a pile of ore. It's a pile of possibilities.
Asteroid is depleted.
So you can see
Harvesting resources is one of the best ways to earn money in New Eden. And if you're gonna make it as a Capsuleer, the one thing you gotta know is that money is king. Hell, with enough ISK, you'll be able to buy yourself a sweet ride like that Venture over there.
Ventures are
That's
great
one
little
down.
ships.
And now, on to the next.
It even see if you look in the hold, it tells you roughly what the value of what you've just mined is. So let's go do the next one. Control. No.
Follow me, Captain.
There you
Stick
go.
close. This asteroid field can be a bitch to navigate.
So we can't lock onto anything over 30 kilometers, so we'll have to approach it first. It wants us to orbit it. Okay, we'll orbit it. Let's just scroll the camera out a bit. Yeah, Adventure is the only mining vessel that an alpha can fly. A lot of rookies going, what's my next mining vessel?
You better hustle or my guys will drain that asteroid dry before you get there. If you got an afterburner, now's the time to use it.
They get really upset when you tell them that they can only fly Adventure as an alpha. But Adventure is a real great ship, and you can earn a lot of money with Adventure. But when we get onto the mining career agent, which is like the second kind of tutorial, I'll cover mining in more detail. So as soon as we're in range of 10 kilometers, we can hit F2 and start
We're
mining.
now close enough to target the asteroid.
Hit
Once
F2.
it's targeted, lock on.
Oh, there we go.
Just like that last.
Now that's our laser beam
Looks
mining.
like you're a natural at this. Keep it up, and Vesper will be offering you my job soon.
Elias, are there any words of wisdom you find particularly valuable for new miners?
Oh man, where to start? First off, you gotta know the difference between raw ore and refined minerals. What we're doing right now is mining ore in its raw state. For someone just learning the ropes, selling that ore is the quickest way to make ISK. But you can also reprocess ore into minerals. Take titanium, for example. You can't find that stuff in the wild. You've got to get your hands on some raw ore, like feldspar, and then refine it into titanium. You can sell those minerals or use them to build your own ships or equipment. You can find refineries at most stations. Experienced miners get way more efficient yields from their ore, so that's something you can work towards.
So what?
Asteroid is depleted. Another asteroid successfully depleted. The signal strength is increasing. I've isolated the direction of the signal source. It's coming from the asteroid I have indicated on your display.
So what he was saying there, you see a lot of questions that rookies ask once they've mined some ore. They ask, should I just sell it or should I reprocess it? Because you can reprocess the ore into minerals. Right, well, if you're a brand new rookie, the best thing to do is just mine that ore and then sell it, because you need to get your reprocessing skills up high to make it worthwhile to turn the ore into minerals. If you haven't got high reprocessing skills, you're going to actually lose money. You're going to get less value from the minerals you get by reprocessing the ore than you would if you just sold the ore straight away. So unless you got reprocessing skills up, just sell your ore. That's the best thing. Now we can lock this because it's within 30 meters, so hold control, left mouse
We
button.
better close in on that rock then.
There you go, we're locked on. Now we can approach it. Pretty impressive, I'm going to say. tutorial.
Signal is exceptionally strong in this location. Let's stop the ship here.
Okay, so we stop it by pressing that.
You can break this baby apart using your civilian miner.
Let's just turn that off because we're just wasting capacitor. It's good practice to start, you know, even though it's not draining us, it's good practice just to get used to managing your capacitor and your active modules. Active modules are anything you have to turn on. Passive modules just happen without having to be activated and don't usually drain capacitor, but some do. So that does, even though it's passive. Right, let's press F2 and hit the asteroid.
Just like that. We can whittle away at this asteroid without damaging whatever's broadcasting that signal.
There's our laser beam working. So all the turrets and everything are, you know, they all work and they're all, you know, graphically the game's fantastic. And this tutorial, I have to say, is it's quite impressive. I don't know how easy I've seen people play the previous tutorial. That it's very similar than this, but this has got extra stuff in. But I've seen people that haven't played the game before play it, and they are lost. They don't know what they're pressing. They don't know why they're pressing things, and they miss a lot of it. So this is why I thought I'd step through it, and because I played the game before, it makes sense to me, even though I don't know the tutorial.
Asteroid is depleted.
Holy shit. I think we just found what we're looking for.
The signal source appears to be that wrecked frigate. This particular model is a Dramiel. Most notably, it bears a stripe. The fact that the wreck is isolated leads me to believe that the Dramiel was sent to this location to serve as a scout ship.
There you go. If you when you put your mouse over something and right click on it, or you can do it on the menu here,
Well, we're not going to get any solid answers all the way over here.
you get
Let's move
to
in.
select certain things. So if we want to look at it, there you go. We get a close-up view of it now. Just want to see if I can capture a screenshot. Nope, that keeps doing something. I don't know what it's doing. Okay, didn't work. I'll figure that out. As you can see, it's got stuff in it because it's got the little loot box in the little wreck symbol. Now if we want to get back to our ship, you can just click in the middle of here and look at, and it'll take you back to your ship. And now we can lock it by control and click on that in space with the left mouse button, same as we do on there. And then if we click on that, right click on that even, then we can just go approach on here. Let's just turn that on, speed up. So I know I'm sort of like taking a long time over this, but I'm really trying to make sure you understand what you're doing and what you can do, because a lot of rookies that play through
The
this.
signal is strongest in the vicinity of the Dramiel's cargo hold.
Right, so there you go. So it's now saying open the cargo hold, and I don't know. Let's just stop the ship here. Turn that off. I want to see if this will work. Yeah. So if you select an item, it can either be here or on here, and hold the left mouse button down. You get the options wheel. So you can, for speed in the middle of space, just select what you want, hold your left mouse button down, and then drag that up
I do love the feeling of striking gold.
and loot it.
Go and grab whatever it is.
So we're in within 2,500 meters, so we can take that loot.
It appears to be a black box. a device designed to survive the destruction of the vessel carrying it. Such boxes can be used to record vital flight data, but also to store valuable items.
That's nice and all, but can you open it?
Negative, Elias. Captain, the box is protected by multiple layers of encryption. While it's theoretically possible to hack into such a container, you will need significantly more training in that skill before attempting such a feat.
Don't think it's safe to crack it open here anyway. Where there's smoke, there's fire. One scout ship might mean they got friends lurking nearby. If we could trace that signal, so could someone else. Better get the box and whatever's in it back to Vesper. She'll know what to do.
Elias is correct, Captain. The box may contain the answers we need to discover why those unidentified ships attacked the cloning facility, and why one was spying on this mining site.
I do what I can. If someone went to the trouble of protecting whatever's in that box, it must be something valuable. I bet whoever sent that scout ship will be real salty that we got our hands on it. Stay sharp, Captain.
Thank you, Elias. Your guidance has been most helpful. Let's dock at the station. I'm certain Vesper is more than eager to see what we've found.
So again, like I say, we're in a mission, so where it's telling us where to go, check up here and we can just hit it. So you can see there's an active community to help you with any questions you've got in the game. But like my aim is to hopefully mean that most of the questions I see being asked in here, you guys will already know by the time you've watched through my playthrough, because I'm taking the time to really explain the things that the game doesn't explain and the things that the game is trying to explain to you, because sometimes it misses the mark or it's hard to pick up because so much is going on.
Captain. Elias tells me you've brought a gift.
Indeed we have, Miss Calatrix. And this gift comes wrapped in several layers of complex encryption.
I'll pass that box along to our expert hackers. If they can't crack it open, no one can. Thank you for finding it. Air is once again in your debt. Elias also informs me that you're carrying a fair amount of ore. We can take that off your hands in exchange for some ISK. Mind if I take a look?
Okay, so we just
In
open
order
that.
to sell the ore, you must first transfer it from the cargo hold to your item hangar.
Now usually missions, as far as I'm aware, they're not voice acted and all this doesn't happen, but it's doing it for the tutorial. However, because we are in a mission, or what seems like they're calling opportunities these days, it is still explaining. This should always be available to explain what it wants us to do. Move the ore from your ship to your item hangar. So to sell something you have to have it in the item hangar,
Now, let's switch over to the item hangar.
and then you click that.
Select the ore to see what you can do with it.
So I think it's right click. Yeah, right click and sell the item.
In this instance, we want to sell it to Miss Calatrix.
So that tells us what we're getting, what tax we're going to pay. There's tax on all sales. There's skills to get that down, but at the moment, yeah, we haven't got them.
Nearly done.
That's a nice haul you've got there. I've transferred the ISK to your wallet. I think you'll find I've been more than generous.
So it's saying we can check the wallet.
In your wallet, you can view the total balance of ISK in your possession.
So that says we've got 300.37 million. If we actually hit on, it tells us there exactly how much. This tells us, oh hang on, she's going to say something. Let's,
Your recent market transactions will show you how much ISK you acquired by selling the ore.
There you go. That gives
The
us.
highlighted entry shows how much money you received from Air in exchange for the ore.
Right, there you go. I've never used that. I guess if you're a trader or selling a lot, you'll use that. I just more use this, which is just all transactions, so I can see what's going on. So there's the 28k minus the tax. Those are what we've got from the missions so far, and that's what we got when we did that special, whatever it was, career program rewards. That's how much tax we got charged on the mission money that we received. So
The wallet offers a wealth of information. Whenever an item is sold in New Eden, a tax is applied to that sale. The market entry displays your most recent transaction tax. Once you've finished gazing at your newfound riches, close your wallet and inventory. It's time we turned our attention to a more pressing issue. The mysterious box we discovered at the mining site.
As good as they are, it'll take some time for my team to hack through the encryptions on the box. You might as well use this time to explore what New Eden has to offer. The Air Career Program will help you on your journey.
okay, so this is basically this is the end of the first tutorial. This is the start of the career agents. So it's
The
now.
opportunities available to you have been organized into 4 career paths.
This is kind of now telling us. Oh, she's chatting.
Enforcers work for New Eden's factions, fighting off pirates and other threats.
So that's basically PvE combat. Effectively, that's what that's for.
Explorers investigate the cluster's hidden corners, hacking systems and uncovering secrets.
Yeah. So hacking is one of the least well explained things in Eve. So we will do a special on that. But that's about finding things, gas sites, data sites, stuff like that. But I say we'll go into that again in a future video.
Soldiers of fortune band together to fight other capsuleers in the lawless reaches beyond high security space.
So this more gears you towards PvP skills. It will also help PvP combat, but it's going to introduce you to more of the things that are involved in the PvP. I actually haven't done any. I haven't shall we say oh, what's the word I'm thinking of now? My mind's gone blank. Any PvP I've been involved in has not been of my choice, shall we say. And you can be forced into PvP anywhere in the game, because it is effectively a PvP everywhere enabled game.
Industrialists turn a profit by harvesting the materials and building the machines that make life in space possible.
So these two are kind of linked. This is all about finding resources and then turning those into things like manufacturing. This is kind of like your crafting and researching sort of stuff. That's kind of like your resource gathering, and the two are linked. There are also resources in there that are used in there, so that's what that is.
Choose the path you want to explore first. Your
Now,
choice won't limit you, and you can explore as many different paths as you like.
we'll do this for now because again I think that's kind of the easiest and probably the most exciting one to choose. It'll give us a lot of some ship flying, so it'll help us no matter whether we're flying a combat ship or a explorer ship. There'll be some skills in it that'll relate to all. So we won't play the video now. I'll just click this one.
The major factions that rule New Eden have established career agents. Complete missions from them to earn new skills, modules, ISK, and even ships, making them both lucrative and educational. Track the goal of completing a mission for the career agent to add it to your info panel.
Right, so we've got career agent missions 0 of 10. There you go. It tells us we need to do all these missions. These are all going to work towards these air program goals that I mentioned before.
Follow this link to the agency window, where you can locate your nearest career agent.
Right, okay, fine. I tell you what, let's just go back and
Major factions that rule New.
I'll quickly
Choose the
play this
path you want
video
to
just
explore
see
first.
we can see
Your
what it
choice
is.
won't limit you, and you can explore as many different paths as you like.
The reason I'm going to choose this tonight is because I want the skills. I want the skills training overnight until I do the next video. Because like I've said to you before, skills are always training, so we'll be better off if the skills are trained. But I do want to end the video now because we're about to step into the next part of it, and already this has gone longer than I thought it would, probably because I rabbit on too much. Let's just have a quick look at this.
Eve to me is basically freedom. It's a giant open universe where you can do whatever you want. You can have really relaxed, slow-paced stuff where you can take it easy, or you could be on the edge of your seat, shaking, making split-second decisions. This is Eve. You know, it's a crazy universe where anything can happen, and however you want to do it, go for it.
Right, well that video wasn't related to that at all, so just quickly on this quick. Enforcers complete missions for agents, hunt pirates and bounties, participate in incursions or dive into abyssal dead space in search of loot. That's all PvP stuff, PvE stuff, sorry. So we're gonna do that next. That's the next one we're gonna do.
The major factions that rule New Eden have established career agents.
Yeah, we've
Follow
already
this
listened
link
to all
the
that.
agency window, where you can locate your nearest career agent.
What's this? Complete mission 1, track 2. Talk to the enforcer career agent to complete this mission. Well, I don't want to start it now. I just want to add the skills. How
The
do
major
I?
factions that rule New. Choose the path you want to explore first.
Let's
Your
get.
choice won't limit you,
I need
and
to.
you can explore as many different paths as you like.
Let's close this down. I think it'll be in here. Here we go. No. I want the skill path. No, I clicked the wrong one, didn't I? Because it was flashing at me, idiot. This one. Skill plans. Enforcer. That's what we're doing next. Like I said, the life of an enforcer in New Eden means taking jobs and making ISK where you can. Fortunately, there are plenty of corporate agents seeking the assistance of capsuleers and plenty of money to be made from bounties. If you get on the good side of New Eden's megacorps by completing missions and hunting down pirates, your account will be full of ISK. So I want to select this because I want to do this career. I want to get this set up tonight before we switch off. So the first one is this. Completion of the air skill plan gives a basic ground in skills useful for the Caldari capsuleer embarking on a career as an enforcer. Further development in skills suitable for bounty hunting and mission running in New Eden can be achieved by training the certified skill plan. It's also telling us that the Merlin Air Caldari Enforcer is the suggested ship for that. Won't look at it now, but we will set this up running so you can quickly see what it's going to train us. It's going to train missile launchers 2, Caldari frigate 2, energy grid 2, Caldari frigate 2, weapon upgrade 3. So you can see what it's training. I'm gonna, well, let's just click on this for a second. There is something that I want to show you. This is a fit that they're suggesting, and like I said earlier, you can simulate a fit, so you can see these things and how they affect the ship. We'll have a look at that in more detail in the next video, but I just wanted to show it you quickly. Right, let's select this and start training. Yes. Now that's going to train overnight, so when we come back tomorrow to start doing the Enforcer missions, we'll have some skills that are going to help us. What I am going to do though is I'm going to rearrange these skills, because I know that I've told you already that's irrelevant to what I want, so that can go. You can just drag skills to where you want them. Right, so now that's at the bottom, that's at the top, but this ship is not, it doesn't use missiles. I know that it uses it uses these hybrid turrets, so we're going to drag those to the top because they give us 2% bonus. Sorry, where is it? Hybrid turret, 5% bonus to small hybrid turret damage. So we'll move that up there as well. Then we'll move this up because frigate gives us a bonus to the ship. Caldari frigate 3. Weapon upgrades, again that's probably better up there. And energy grid, I actually want energy grid up there and up there. Actually we probably do that. We want to get a better, so we can see that ours, I don't need missile launcher, I don't need any of that, but Caldari energy grid weapons up. Yeah, right, so that's, you can move them around, and that is basically all I wanted to cover tonight. We got through the first tutorial. We're now about to embark on the next mini sort of like activity based tutorials, which are in and of themselves things that need explaining. So I'm sorry that took so long. I hope it was useful. I'm sorry it was probably a bit drier than I expected, but there's so much to explain that it just, that's the way it is. It's a sort of game Eve is. It's not a get in 5 minute start blasting. So anyway guys, thanks for sticking with me and watching. I say it's my first ever video. I hope you found it useful. If you've got any questions, put them in the comments below. If you've got any comments about what you thought of the video, what you think I should do to change the video, then feel free to let me know, because as I say, I'm brand new to all this. I've never made a video before in my life. So right guys, I'm gonna say good night, enjoy your time in Eve, and as they always say in Eve, fly safe. Take care guys, see you soon.